Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. I have some super exciting news to share for all of us who use Ohuhu markers. So to catch you up, on my channel I have done multiple reviews of alcohol markers where I compared their quality, the price, refills or not, all the goodness. It's all on my channel. But always the one that comes out on top for me is the Ohuhu marker. Now I have them in the brush tip and the bullet tip. I love them so much. They make my coloring just so much fun and they're really easy to use. And the best part about them is the price point. But there's always been something that we have been missing, and that is the refills. Well, I'm here to tell you that Ohuhu is coming out with refills. Actually, they did. So let's talk about the refills and what you can expect. First up, this set has been crafted for the Honolulu, Oahu, Molokai, and Ka'ala collections. Now, I've put those on the screen so you can have a look and see which ones I'm talking about. They did not come out with every single color right out the jump, but they did come out with the most popular ones to get us started. A couple of the features for the refills. Each bottle is priced at $4.99, and it also talks about how much you can expect to get for your refills for each of the type of marker that you use. So for example, if you have the Honolulu series, you'll get 5 refills. If you have the Oahu, you'll get 8 refills, so on and so forth. So there is a specific amount that you can expect to get. But I am absolutely here to tell you that even if you got 1 refill out of it, it's still cheaper than buying some of the other more expensive brands of alcohol markers. So to me, this is just a no-brainer. All right, so the next thing to talk about when it comes to the refills. They're supposed to be really easy to refill. There's 2 different ways that you can do it, either by pulling out the nib and refilling it inside the barrel of the marker, or just adding it to the nib from the outside. I'm going to show you both ways, so we'll get into a demo here in just a second. And that second is here. Let's begin with the demo. So each of the markers, or refills, comes with its own package and some instructions on how to do it. So it'll show you both ways to refill your markers, and I'm going to walk us through that. All right, first thing I want to do is mark my cardstock with the markers before I refill them. Now, full disclosure, I don't have a lot of markers that are almost dead. They are still pretty juicy after quite a while, but I did have a couple that could use a little livening up. So on the 16 milliliter bottle, I can see it's very, very clearly marked. Hard to see on video, but you can see exactly where the 16 milliliter is, and then all the markings down. For this particular marker, which is the brush marker, I'm going to be refilling at 3 milliliters. That was actually quite a bit. Because my marker wasn't fully dry, I actually decided to go a little less. So I'm going to screw off the cap, and now you have this really long, thin nozzle. Now I'm going to take out my marker, and I'm going to do the brush side first. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways with 1 marker. You can do one way with 1 marker. I'm just going to show you demo purposes. So I'm going to drop the ink directly onto the brush tip. Now, the recommendation is that you drop 1 drop of ink, wait 3 seconds, drop another. You don't want to oversaturate or have it just leaking and wasting on your cardstock or right in front of you. So that is the recommendation. It comes out really slow and by your own control, which I really like because it's not just spilling out. That's why the nozzle is so skinny and thin. That's going to help you control how much you want to do. So I'm going to cover that one up, pull out the other side. Now, if you decide to remove the nibs, you want to make sure you're pulling at the very, very bottom base of your nib as you can go. You do not want to pull right from the top. That's why I was a little bit hesitant to pull out the brush that way. I felt like it was squishing it too much. The chisel tip is much stronger. So then I'm going to fill directly into the bottle. So I think in total between both sides, I probably added about 2 milliliters worth of ink. So I get that finished up, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm basically just going to pick up my chisel tip, and I'm going to place it back into the bottle. Now, if you don't mind getting your fingers inky, you could just pick it up, but be careful. You don't want to squish or, I guess make it misshapen. But I just pressed it back in there and then put it down on my paper to give it a little bit of pressure. and we're good to go. So it really is super easy to re-ink the markers. I've never re-inked a marker. I always buy the less expensive ones that don't have re-inkers. So this is my first go. And there you can see on the right-hand side, it's a lot juicier. All right, so I'm gonna speed up and just show you this again. This is in the other blue. I'm actually probably not gonna keep this whole thing in there, but I do both sides. I'm pulling out the chisel and I'm gonna fill in the same way. Did the drop technique, did the fill to the barrel technique. I put caps on everything, and then I'm just gonna scribble this onto my cardstock, and you can see it's nice and vibrant. So there's the demo for refilling with the Ohuhu refill alcohol markers. Okay, so you just saw the refill, you just saw how much better they are once you get them nice and juicy, of course, but here are some things that I want to mention before we close out. The first thing is that stock up on your favorite colors that they have available, because they're probably going to go fast. They chose the 51 most popular colors to get the collection started, so you'll see that listed on their website. If you are new to Ohuhu markers and you decide that you're going to take the plunge and buy a full set, I personally own the 320 sets of the bullet tip with the chisel and the brush tip with the chisel. But if you're going to venture into getting the markers, then it is recommended that you buy the refills along with it, so you can kind of build up that stash. All right, the links in the description box take you to the website so you can see what colors are available, and if you do use the links, they're affiliates, which means I get a small commission from Ohuhu. Since this is not a sponsored video, I get a small commission back by using affiliate links if you choose to purchase. All right, I am so excited about this. Finally, they listened and they answered. So, all right, I will see you all in the comments down below and in the next video. Bye-bye. And I just want to remind everybody, if you do have or will purchase the 320 brush tip set, I have a full combination color chart over on my Etsy shop. I came up with 110 combination colors to get perfect blending, so you can check that out. Link will be below as well.